those numbers from some of those establishment pollsters that have done their best to pretend like we don't exist for 2 years. Those numbers are highest in the Cambridge, Kitchener, Brant region, and spreading out beyond there in southwestern Ontario. And it's no surprise, that's right where Belinda Carvalhos is in the riding of Cambridge, up for re-election. And I'm running in Kitchener-Conestoga, just next door, and she's out there canvassing every day, and her team's hard at work. And she's outworking the opposition. There's more Belinda lawn signs in Cambridge than any of the other parties. So it's no surprise that the other, which is really the New Blue Party of Ontario, is already in double digits from establishment pollsters. And we know from on the ground that Belinda's right now leading and's got a great chance to get re-elected. But we need the help of people throughout Ontario to reach out, get in contact with their New Blue Party candidate in their riding, and get those signs up and help canvass. And a grassroots message is the way that we're going to get the New Blue Party of Ontario message out, and the new blueprint, which is our party platform.
For the people.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! Grassroots.
Good?
That's great.
Thanks, guys.
Great job, guys. Thank you.
We want Jim! 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 We want Jim!
That wouldn't have looked very good, right, Laura?
We're here. We're here. Making some noise.
Well, folks, I'm with Jim Carvalhos. He is the leader of the new party.
Yay.
And Jim is not a happy camper today, and understandably so. Jim, as I understand it, the rules of the debate were you need a candidate in every riding and you need an elected MPP. And that applies to you. But then somebody, as part of the cabal here, said check the fine print. The candidate that's elected had to run under the current banner he or she has run under the past. The first question is, did they change the rules in the bottom of the ninth inning?
Well, they released their own rules publicly online 4 or 5 days ago. They said a candidate in every riding and elected MVP. Belinda Carvalhos running for re-election in Cambridge. But then what they really reveal is they don't have rules. They just make it up as they go along, and they want the Liberals on the debate stage, two candidates short of a full slate, and they don't want the New Blue Party because they don't want to give Ontarians another option. And we've got 4 boring parties. It's going to be a boring debate. They're all going to do their best to come in. Like you can see, we got candidates and supporters here on Yonge Street today, raising awareness and letting the establishment media know. You can't get away with it forever.
And Jim, what do you think is the ostensible policy reason or the unspoken strategy to keep you out of the debate? I guess, in other words, what are we afraid of in having you taking part of this debate?
I think it's quite simple. The same reason CTV and Global's been ignoring Belinda for a couple of years on a variety of issues, whether it's standing up and voting no to critical race theory, being the first to stand up and vote against the lockdowns. We were the first to register 124 candidates. CTV put out this fake news article saying, in fact, it was the PCs that registered 124, ignoring us. So I don't think they want to raise awareness to the New Blue Party. They definitely don't like the fact that we're talking about defunding the establishment media, getting rid of the Toronto Star's online gambling license, which is a lifeline from the 4th PCs, and of course, the $100 million in taxpayer money that goes to fund the political operations of the establishment license. They don't like that we're talking about that stuff, and they want to shut it down and silence us and not give Ontario voters another opportunity.
And Jim, some people will say, well, if it's a private venue, they can make up the rules. But I would say this is not a private venue. TVO is a taxpayer-funded TV network. I don't even know why it's in existence, quite frankly, much like the CBC. Many politicians talk about defunding that, but they always skip over TVO. So surely the fact that this is owned by the taxpayer, including you, that should be reason for your engagement.
So they want it both ways. They want to dip into the taxpayer trough, public trough. But yeah, they want it both ways. But here's the good news. got a great party platform to do blueprint. We've got 124 candidates. We're expecting that the media was going to do their best to ignore us. And our candidates are out there canvassing, putting up signs every day, and spreading the message. Thank you very much. And every step we take, we gain momentum. There's no elevator, there's no shortcut, but the numbers are going up, and they've consistently gone up for a year and a half for us. And we're only a week and a half into this election campaign. And we're doing very, very well. Belinda's doing very well in her own riding in Cambridge, going to re-election. We've got 2.5 weeks left, and every day more signs go up. More Ontarians pick up and say, what's going on? There's a new option here. Finally, thankfully, there's a new option.
And Jim, to pick up on something you said about the media ignoring you, every member of the mainstream media is here today, whether they like you or not. This is surely a sidebar story, the fact that you're kicked out and you're having this little demonstration here. Has any one of them come up to you, like I am right now, and asking for your side of the story?
Well, we had one establishment media, good on them. A couple of them dodged us, like they've been dodging us for a year and a half. And what they're really doing is reinforcing something. They are saying that the establishment political parties, like the PCs, can rig internal nominations, can rig internal conventions, can clamp down on democracy. Doug Ford picks all his PC candidates, right? And they can kick Belinda out for voting what they say is the wrong way on one bill, the lockdown bill, and exclude them and shut everyone out of the democratic process that disagrees with the establishment parties. And the establishment media is saying, we're going to let them get away with that by silencing when people like Jim, Belinda, and thousands of members of donors start a new party. We're just going to pretend like they don't exist. And that's the real tragedy, because keeping Doug Ford and the PCs accountable for betraying voters is what the New Blue Party, step one of the New Blue Party, and we're going to keep giving Ontarians another option going forward, whether the establishment media likes it or not.
And Jim, there was another debate in Northern Ontario last week. Surprisingly, Premier Ford was the only leader that did not take questions post-debate. What do you think the strategy there is?
Well, up north they set the same rules. It was based on supposedly if you're elected in 2018 and you're part of a party, but we're running in the 2022 election, not the 2018 election.
Oh, but I mean,
And they
Ford
keep
not
looking
taking
backwards,
questions
right?
after the debate. Yeah.
And well, that's been consistent for 4 years now. Doug doesn't want to be held accountable. He made a series of promises to the north and to all of Ontario on what he was going to do as premier, and he reversed course and betrayed everybody, entire 2.3 million voters, and not just on COVID policy, the largest hydro rates have gone up, wind turbines, the largest wind turbine project in Eastern Ontario, and of course, voting in favor of critical race theory. He is the exact opposite of what he said he was going to do, and of course he wouldn't want to take questions and not have it debate against me to hold him accountable.
One last question, Jim. I'm going to ask you for a prediction. I mean, polls are showing the Ford PCs ahead, and maybe that's the strategy for him not taking questions post-debate. They don't want Ford to fall into the trap of a gotcha question. I'm just speculating. But on the other hand, there are those that say there's a sort of a weird vibe in the air. It is kind of like 1990. Nobody predicted a Bob Ray NDP government. And people woke up in shock in Ontario. What do you think is going to happen on June 2nd?
We still have 2.5 weeks to go, and we're farther ahead than we thought we'd be a week and a half in this election campaign. Even some of the establishment pollsters are having a tough time hiding the fact that we're picking up steam in southwestern Ontario, and in northern Ontario, the other option is in now over 10%, and these are establishment pollsters who are not very friendly to the message that we have in our party platform, the New Blueprint. 2.5 weeks. We still have lots of time. Every day that lawn signs go up, every day that our canvassers are out there knocking on doors, more and more Ontarians are paying attention. There's another option. They're being provided awareness to another option. And so I don't know where the limit is to our outreach, but we're just going to get out there and keep canvassing, and we're going to send Belinda back to Queen's Park and send some new blue MPPs with. That's right.
Thanks, guys. Shutting down.
What's your name?
Isabel. Nice to meet you. Thanks for
Say hi to you.
We have our small one there. So I was looking at that radio speaker. Maggie said, no, we haven't. So I said, you know what? I don't want to read it, you know?
John, you agree? Hi. Joanne. How long did that take? Is it? Where are you? Trying.
Free speech media.
Oh, free speech.
Hi, Jackie.
Went away from its legal mandate. We weren't supposed to pay all this interest. That's how they built the
When I say no, you say
No, they won't let him stand up there.
the debate's almost done. It's almost 6:30, but not already. Yeah. So they're inside, and we're outside.
They're with the people, where you belong.
And why are we outside? Because they won't let us on the inside. I think they were afraid of the new blue. Jim would mop the floor in there.
Security's not too happy with
That's okay.
on the ledge here. We're 5 minutes and we're going to be done. Thank you everybody for coming. This is amazing in 2 days for all of you to come out from all parts of, from here to, puts a smile on our face, and Belinda's in Cambridge canvassing, and she'll be so pleased that you all came out, and it's a lot better doing a couple interviews with all of you behind me, not by myself. That wouldn't have gone over very well. And there are many people who emailed back today, from the thousands of people that get our emails, saying, wish I could be there to support you. And people were pretty fired up with this fake debate that's going on here tonight. And we got some acknowledgement on the on Yonge Street. So there are still people in Toronto that believe in democracy. That's a good thing. And they know about the New Blue Party of Ontario, which is also a good thing, because the establishment media says that nobody knows who the New Blue Party is. And we could just pretend that they don't exist, but obviously we proved them wrong today. And Global and CTV is not too happy with the pushback they've been getting from letters into their editorial newsroom and their studio, because they broke their own rules. They laid out the rules. You gotta have a candidate in every riding. You gotta have an MPP. We've got Belinda Carvalhos in Cambridge running for re-election, and we have 124 candidates registered, the first party to do so. Many of you are here today, from Amir to Jeff and others I'm going to forget. I think Vince is here from Bruce Gray, came all the way from Bruce Gray. And Jay Sobel is here, and of course Yehuda Goldberg set up the tent and the signs. Our candidate in Toronto, St. Paul's. Next door is Irwin, who's running in Eglinton Lawrence. Thank you, Yehuda, for doing a great job today. What an excellent candidate. And yes, there he is. So thank you to Yehuda and his team. And his little guy behind me. There is the best campaign manager, that's for sure. Like Victor in Cambridge, running the campaign for Belinda. And in a week and a half, we've already made waves. So we are ahead of where they all thought we would be. And the establishment pollsters continue to put others in the polls that they are publishing. So we know that those establishment pollsters are going to show our support to be down. And now they're taking it a step further and not even putting our name on the polls. And despite that, we're in double digits in half of the province. And we got 2.5 weeks to go. We keep gaining momentum with every step we take. Every step. Every lawn sign we put up, someone drives by and sees it and says, "What's that?" Finally, another option. The signs are flying out of the air. They're hitting us in the head. That's how many signs we're putting up. Every door we canvass, every piece of literature we put out, we are letting Ontarians know that there's another option and they do not have to skip the June 2nd election or vote for those terrible parties inside this building that are pretending to have a debate, and all they're doing is rushing to say who's going to agree with Justin Trudeau the fastest. That's all they're going to do in there today. And we are armed with the new blueprint. And we are converting that anger into passion for millions of people across Ontario. And every day we're going to keep gaining momentum. We need your help, because the establishment media, they don't want us to talk about the things we're talking about. Scrapping the per vote subsidy of political parties, $100 million in 10 years. Or getting rid of the Toronto Star's online gambling license. Taking down those wind turbines. We're in Toronto. They think they love wind turbines in Toronto. Oh, we love those things. They're far away. We don't ever have to see them, and we're doing good things for the environment. And then they look at their hydro rates, and the people in Toronto complain about how high their hydro rates are. It's our job to educate them that the hydro rates are a ripoff because of that Banana Republic system, the wind turbine ripoff that the Liberals put in, the PCs are continuing. And they've actually got the biggest wind farm in Ontario being built under Doug Ford's watch. We're going to take them all down. We're going to take them all down and lower those hydro rates. And they're going to be driving up and down Yonge Street one day saying, "Thank goodness that New Blue got rid of those wind turbines and brought down those hydro rates so that business can explode again in Ontario. And we can get past this 1% economic growth, and we can see jobs, and we can finally afford some tax relief to lower taxes." And we're out, look, they're already excited about our wind turbine policy and tax relief, and getting back to some common sense values and principles that we know the majority of Ontarians agree with, but the establishment media and the fake news inside here, they want to pretend like no one in Ontario agrees. And you know what else people in Toronto agree with? Fighting back against critical race theory in our schools.
That's right. That's right.
And the idea that it's okay to fine students and parents for subconscious racism. It doesn't matter if you're in Thunder Bay, Cambridge, London, Chatham, Ottawa, or even at Yonge and Eglinton, Ontarians, when they find out about the details of Bill 67, they are appalled. And that's why the NDP and the PCs did their best to wash away that Bill 67 and pretend like they never voted in favor of it. It's our job to remind people at the door what these establishment parties are up to, and we're going to do that with the new blueprint. We got 2.5 weeks to go. We're going to pound the ball like the real Ford said. That's Rob Ford, not the phony Doug, but that's what Rob Ford said. We're going to pound the ball every yard by yard. There's no shortcut, there's no elevator to the top, and we will get Belinda reelected in Cambridge, and we will elect new blue MPPs to join her. We know that we will continue to challenge the left, balance the narrative, change the course, and we know the best is yet to come, and together we're going to do it starting today, going to June 2nd and beyond. So thank you everybody for coming. I love you very much. Thank you for the support. Thank you making sure I wasn't on Yonge Street by myself. A scary place. So thank you everybody.
When I say no, you say blue. Let's go. No. No. No.
Thank you, Mahela, for the speaker invite.
Hey everybody, my name is Yehuda Goldberg and I am the candidate to be the MVP in this riding of Toronto St. Paul. I want to say I'm really honored to be the candidate for the New Blue Party. I'm running because of my two little boys over here, Jacob and Ari. They are my rocks. They are the people. They are. They're the most amazing people in my life, and I'm running for them. And I want you guys to know that as a small business owner, as a dad, I know I'm not alone in being a candidate for the New Blue Party. We're made up of such a diverse group of people that have put our hats in the rings because we believe in freedom, we believe in honesty, we believe in truth, and we're against all the corruption in the government. So I want to say thank you for being a part of it. Thank you to all the volunteers that have stood up with us, that have helped us out the entire way till now, and for the next 2.5 weeks. You guys are awesome. We couldn't do it without you. So from me and from every other candidate in Ontario, we're extremely grateful for you, and we can't wait to go all the way to June 2nd and beyond. So thank you very much, guys. You are on the other side. You're on the other side of Mount Pleasant.
Hi, I just wanted to say I'm Laurel Hobbs. I'm running in Don Valley West, which is right over there. And I agree with Yehuda. I'm a grandmother now. And you know what? Our future is not looking terribly great. Don Valley West is an amazing riding. It has amazing people, neighborhoods, resources, and we'd like to keep it that way, right? And the last session has not been so great. So please tell everybody, yes, I mean, everything Jim said, yes, we're in for change. Time, new voices, in Jesus' name.
Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here.